What up, Cowboy Nation? We back, episode 103, all about Dak Prescott. It's your boy Matty Matt, aka Need More Rings, and the one and only Mother
Mother
of
of
Dallas.
Dallas. Ooh.
We in here. Yeah, we was definitely gonna talk about the draft class this week, but because of what's going on right now and Dak is all over the headlines,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna talk about Dak this week, and next week we'll be talking about the draft class.
Yeah, definitely. See what we got some good new talent coming out. But as of right now, headlines focus is definitely QB1. My boy is about to get paid.
And I'm a definitely need at least $5 of that.
No, I need like 5 with some zeros and some commas lurking around somewhere.
You can't ask for that much because then Dak gonna be like, no. But if you ask for $5 and he say no, then he gonna seem like an
Like an
asshole.
asshole.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do.
But yeah, let's jump right into this thing. Listen, as we all know, Carson Wentz just got a mega deal that I personally don't think that he was worthy of. He has over 4 years, 128 million. 107 of that million is guaranteed money. So if you average it out, it comes out to be about $32 million a year. Um, that's a lot of money considering who he's kind of in the range of. Let's be honest. Russell Wilson is, his new contract is 35 million. Ben Roethlisberger, he's 34 million. Aaron Rodgers is 33.5 million. And then right behind that kind of big deal, you got Matt Ryan, 30 million. Kirk Cousins is 28 million. And then you got Garoppolo, who's 27.5 million. Do I think that Carson Wentz was worth the 32 million? Absolutely not. But that's just me.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's amazing how Tom Brady's name is not up here, but I mean,
right.
But that's the business, that's the market, and I don't know what the Patriots got going over there. Maybe Tom Brady's getting some cash on the side or something, but he definitely should be number one. I mean, he's the one that's getting all these rings, and everybody else that you just named either have one ring or have no rings at all. Matter of fact, some of these quarterbacks don't even have playoff wins.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't even know how, they're getting paid like this. Now, when it comes to Dak Prescott, me personally, do I think he's worth? Because he's going to get about 33 million.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be in the range of 35 to 30 million. He's definitely going to be in that range. But as the Cowboys keep waiting, his price is going to start rising.
Exactly.
Let's be honest, because shortly after that, you have new people who are coming out and their contracts are coming up. You got Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and let's be realistic. Patrick Mahomes, he's definitely going to get paid exactly what he deserves. Jared Goff's definitely going to get paid what he deserves. And the more the Cowboys wait, Jerry, Steven, the more they wait, his price is going to rise. And when you get people making 35, 34, 33, 30, $28 million, Dak is going to fall right in that general range. And he, to me, is not worth that much. Let's be honest with ourselves. I don't think Wentz was worth that much. Wentz was injured. He didn't even bring a Super Bowl to his city. That was Nick Foles.
I mean, let me ask you a question. If you had to offer Dak a number, what would that be?
Let's be honest, with the rate that it is right now and with the climate that we have with quarterbacks being paid, if you lowball him, he's going to walk. And the shitty part about it is that if you pay him too much, you're not going to be able to pay anybody else.
Thank you. And that's all I've been trying to say to all these other Cowboy players, but, fans, but they don't get it. They don't understand. They just want to drop the Nike bag right on Dak's lap. I'm like, you can't do that.
No, because you're going to have to pay somebody like an Ezekiel Elliott soon. You're going to have to. Let's be honest. You're going to have to pay Zeke Elliott. And if your choice is between overpaying Dak and underpaying Zeke, one of them two are going to walk. And that's just what it is.
Well, because of what just happened, it's a 90% chance. Matter of fact, I'll say a 95% chance. Ezekiel Elliott's not getting paid. If anybody was hurt from this Carson Wentz deal, it's Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to pay Dak Prescott more than Carson Wentz. And you can't put 80% of your salary cap on two players. You
Right.
cannot have Zeke getting top dollar, and you can't have Dak getting top dollar. That's
Right.
two players that's going to cost most of the salary cap. So if anybody saw that headline and said, damn, it's Zeke, because it's a 95% chance we're not signing Zeke. I don't care what the Cowboy world thinks. We're not keeping that man. And people are forgetting about Amari Cooper. We
Right.
have to sign him because we gave up a first-round pick for him. So there's
Correct.
no way you give up a first-round pick and then you don't sign him. That makes no sense. But like you said earlier, Jerry needs to do this now. He
Yeah.
cannot wait. And if Carson Wentz just got this money, how you gonna tell Jared Goff, who played in the Super Bowl, he ain't getting paid?
Right. Or Patrick Mahomes, who he's not getting paid. That's not even close to being realistic. Let's be honest with you. And
Well, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, we got at least 2 years to go with him because he's brand new.
Let me circle back to the whole Tom Brady thing.
Mm-hmm.
Since you brought his name into the playing field,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady, in my opinion, is willing to take a pay cut if he knows that he can continue to bring in Super Bowls to a team.
Yeah.
That is being a team player. Yes, I'll take a pay cut if I can keep all of my weapons happy and paid and continue to bring Super Bowls to New England. I can absolutely do that.
Mm-hmm.
When you have players like Russell Wilson, who kind of lost all of his weapons,
Mm-hmm.
the team doesn't have a choice but to pay him. Who you're going to bring in? His backup. You're going to draft a quarterback who may or may not be as good as Russell Wilson. Your best bet is to keep your quarterback happy and build around that. You want a quarterback-friendly offense.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the waiting that the Cowboys have done has not only given them a Dak-friendly offense. Let's be honest. He has a wonderful offense. He's got Zeke. He's got Amari Cooper. He's got weapons. He's just now got Jason Witten back. He has the weapons to take the team places that it needs to go. The only shitty part about it is that if the Cowboys had have made this decision prior to this Carson Wentz deal, you could have gotten away with paying him $18 million, $15 million, $17 million. You could have definitely got away with that. But now that you have Carson Wentz, and let's be honest, like I said, Carson Wentz has injuries. Dak has played in every game since being drafted.
Yeah.
Dak has won 3 of the 5 head-to-heads between the two.
Yeah.
And Dak also bought 2 NFC East titles. I mean, are they Super Bowls? Absolutely not. But if we're running a tab of who deserves to get paid, the numbers pan out to Dak. And unfortunately, Carson's check already cleared.
Yeah, most definitely. And definitely to go back to what you said about if you compare the, numbers and the tabs, definitely. And a lot of people go, well, Carson Wentz has 3 more passing touchdowns than Dak. But let's not forget, Dak likes to run the ball in himself.
Right.
So Dak averages 5 to 6 rushing touchdowns a season. So if he wanted to make those passing touchdowns, he would have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you go by the numbers, if you look at whose, numbers are better, yeah, most definitely it's Dak.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with we could have got away with paying him $18 million. Because of the numbers, Dak probably wouldn't have took anything less than, I say, 28, 29, because Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, all of them dudes are in that 28, 27 range.
Yeah.
And none of them have a playoff game to show for it. Matthew Stafford's been in the league 11 years.
That's true.
He has 2 playoff appearances and never even made it. I don't think he got past the wild card round. So Dak all around is better than all these dudes. So I don't see Dak taking, before this Carson Wentz thing, I didn't see Dak taking anything less than like 28. But now that this Carson Wentz shit just happened, he's like, nah, bro, 33 or better. I don't want to hear it.
I was, of course, I like to do my research before we jump into topics and things like that. And I want to be kind of well versed so I don't sound like an idiot or, sound stupid. So prior to this, filming, I looked it up and there's a tweet that says Dak's camp and Cowboys are way apart.
Of
And
course.
that means that the number that Dak feels like he is owed and the number that the Cowboys are handing him are nowhere even close. And the sad part about it is that I bet you that number that the Cowboys are coming with are comparable to his competition. I'm sure it's in the 28, 29, 27 range. And he's like, no, sweetheart.
Yeah.
No, boo-boo.
Yeah.
I'm talking, and especially if you have Carson Wentz, who just made $32 million a year. Mind you, 107 of that money is guaranteed money out of 128 million. So $32 million a year, that's a pretty penny compared to, he's only $1.5 million off from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And if you're comparing careers between Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz, the boy falls nowhere near close. He is $3 million away from Russell Wilson, who had the Legion of Boom on his side. Like, come on. Like, I don't, that's just me. And Dak is going to say the same thing. You gave me Amari Cooper. You gave me Dak Prescott. I mean, you gave me Ezekiel Elliott. You gave me at one point a Dez Bryant. I had a Cole Beasley. You know what I'm saying? I had weapons. I had everything that they had and then some.
Well, I mean, the way I'm kind of leaning on the Cowboy side of it, like as far as Stephen Jones, because like if you've been listening to Stephen Jones within this past month, he's like, my offense is going to have to take a team-friendly deal, and everybody's like, no, they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't worry about
they don't have a choice.
The team, but we want to win first. Like, can we win first and then talk about getting paid? Because
see, that's where I was too.
Yeah, because I'm tired of making players rich
and nothing to show for it.
And we have no wins. Like Tony Romo's set for life. Dez Bryant set for life. Witten set for life. Sean Lee set for life. But we have no wins.
Nothing to show for it.
No real wins. Like no divisional round wins. No conference game wins. We don't have that. So
see, and if more players went into that meeting with that type of mentality, then we would be in a different. It would be a different conversation. If a player went into the meeting and it was strictly about performance, because let me tell you something. As a person who's a regular 9-to-5 chick, and I work and my bonuses come up or whatever it is comes around, and everything that I've earned, I've gotten. And if you're telling me, if I'm going to put myself in a coach, VP, player mentality, if you're telling me that you want $33 million, but you haven't bought us past a divisional round, we don't have a Super Bowl to show for it, we got a couple of little measly NFC East championship titles, but nothing really tangible, then I can't say you're worth every red cent that you're requiring. Now, if Aaron Rodgers came to me with that conversation, I have no problem signing the deal. I'll move with $33 million. That's it? That's all you want? Okay, cool. $33 million, and I'll throw in a Chick-fil-A gift card because you're that guy. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, cool. You want $33 million? Listen, I'll give you $33 million, and because we're friends, I'll pay you $500 every week, and then I'll take you to Red Lobster, and you can have a lobster tail on me.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm Stephen Jones, if I'm Jerry Jones, if I'm those people, Dak and his agent walks into my office, give me 6 reasons why you should be paid this much more than Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Give me 6 reasons.
Actually, I don't even need 6. Give me 1.
Well,
I just need 1 reason. And if it doesn't require the word Super Bowl, I can't hear you. I'm real deaf to the nonsense.
And
now, do I think Dak will be, capable of making this type of money? Absolutely. He clearly in some OTAs, they say, reps are saying that he looks comfortable. He looks different. He's playing better. He's doing all the things that he needs to do. He's acting as a leader, which as someone who's been on the team for 4 years now, he ought to. That's in his job description. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But in the OTAs, they're saying he's acting different, he's performing different. Yeah, because now he's gotten to a place where he's comfortable, as he should be. But OTAs and practicing and training camp are completely different than the games. So let's be clear, he's doing all he can do to be a better player
Mm-hmm.
and to be a leader in the locker room and to be the quarterback we all need to get a Super Bowl championship.
Mm-hmm.
But do I feel like he is 33, 32, 35, 34? No, I don't think he's there yet.
And
And
honestly,
I think what we would hope is that your quarterback would say, as a human, not as someone looking to line his pockets, as a human, say, listen, you're right. I didn't bring you guys to Super Bowl. I
yeah,
didn't, do all the things that is required of me in the last 4 years. And all we're asking you to do, truthfully, is to win games and then win a Super Bowl. Honestly, the end of goal for every team is the Super Bowl. So
yeah.
if you could have a person come in and say, listen, I know that the market is screaming that I get 33 million. I know the
Mm-hmm.
market is saying I'm between 33 and 30 million. I know that's what the coin is looking like with my
Mm-hmm.
name on it.
Exactly.
However, I didn't do what I was supposed to do to earn that 33. So I'm coming in here with a more realistic number because I want you to pay me and my brother Zeke and Amari and this one and that one and this one and that one. That's what I would want. As if you ask me to be a team player, I'm coming in there with a team mentality. Yeah, first of all, a lot of people ain't gonna see 29 million in a very long time. You have some
Exactly.
quarterbacks who are not going to see 29 million in quite some time. Let's be realistic. There are some quarterbacks on teams currently that are not that great.
Exactly. And honestly, I think I think Jerry Jones ain't all the way sold on Dak. Like, let's keep it real. Because
He
if he
called him the
was,
daddy. That's the daddy.
I mean, because
Okay.
I mean, if he was 100% sold, this deal would have happened. I think Jerry is like, you know what? I'm gonna let this guy play one more season, and if he still looks good, then I'll franchise tag him. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
I'm telling you, if we don't get to the Super Bowl this year, Dak Prescott's getting franchise tagged. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get franchise tagged, and Jerry knows that he has that in his back pocket.
Of
He like,
course.
yeah, I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because I don't think Jerry is 100% sold. He like, man, I didn't give him this, I didn't give
Right.
him that. Yeah, we still ain't winning. All right, okay. I'm gonna give you Randall Cobb. I'm
Right.
I'm gonna give you a stacked defensive line. Cause let's keep it real. Dak Prescott isn't that quarterback to where if the defense is having a horrible day,
He
he
can
could
recover.
exactly. He's
Mm-hmm.
not. And you saw that last year
Right.
with that Rams loss. You saw that. So Jerry's like, I'm gonna stack the box on you one more time. I mean, if we still make the playoffs, okay, you'll get franchise tag. But I don't know. I just don't. I think that the Jones think he deserves some money for what him and his agent is coming with. They like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy.
Okay. He's on something real strong
Yeah,
today. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah. Cause
agree.
like that's why I really wish me and Dak could really sit down and talk. Cause I would ask him. I said, Dak, if the defense is having a horrible day, if they let the other team get 40 points, can you get us 42 points, 45 points? Can you do that? Because you've never done it. Whenever we fall, whenever we have like a 14 point like margin, Dak doesn't come back from it. So it's like, why would I give you 33 million
Right.
if you're not that guy? I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I mean, that's just me. He definitely deserves money.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
saying he
definitely.
don't.
He definitely does.
Yeah, Zeke deserves money,
Mm-hmm.
but Zeke's asking for 17. I'm like, I can't give you 17, but I can give you 12. Dak's asking for 33. I can't give you 33, but I can give you 27,
Right.
28.
Right.
I can give you that. But if you asking for the top dollar, that's where all the problems come. And
My
honestly, I don't have no wins. Like this will
right.
be if we were coming off of a Super Bowl win, I'd be like, you know what? Here, take
Take
it.
it. Yep.
But I got all the leverage in the world because we wasn't in the Super Bowl. We
Right.
wasn't even playing in the conference game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. My hope is that Dak will go into the conversation and basically say, listen, I know I'm I know, like I said, I know the market is 33 million, 30
Yeah.
million, somewhere in that range, but I haven't done all that I can do. Let me take 27 million and prove to you
Mm-hmm.
that I am worth the Russell Wilson, the Ben Roethlisberger, the Aaron Rodgers contract, and I'll prove it to you. The
Mm-hmm.
shitty part about the whole situation is that Carson Wentz never had to prove it to them.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
never had to prove it to them. Why? Because they don't really have a choice. They don't really
Exactly.
have a choice. The Eagles never really had a choice when it came to the matter. Why? Because Nick Foles said, I did what I'm supposed to do. Adios, my friend. Like he said, go on with the wind. I'm out of here. I did what I was supposed to do. You paid me what I was worth. Actually, you didn't pay me what I was worth.
Not only that, and not only that, because of what the Eagles did to get Carson Wentz,
Right.
like they moved up spots to get him. So it was like, how do you do all of that and then not pay him?
Because
You
he
know
was
what
what,
I'm
the
saying?
second round pick? I mean, not first round, second pick? Was he the second
Yeah.
pick or the third pick?
No, he was no, Jared Goff was picked first.
Okay, yeah, he
Then
was
Wentz.
second.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's somewhere real high up in that thing. And
Yeah.
they can't lose on a pick,
Mm-hmm.
even though it was 4 years ago. They
Mm-hmm.
can't afford to have their second pick not pan out. And I think that they are in a position of giving chances over and over again. Look at what they did with Jackson. Look what they did. They
Yeah.
cut him. They had him. He was great. They cut him. He went to the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like, oh shit, we need to bring him back. So now
I
they bring him
mean,
back and they pay him. But let's be clear, the Eagles have the money to do that. They don't really give out huge. I can't recall seeing headlines where they give out some massive ass contract. And it's like, oh shit. No. I also don't have them
nah.
on alerts either. So I'm like, oh, okay, he got paid that skill. Bye.
I mean, the Eagles definitely backed us into a corner
Of course.
because it's like, damn, they just paid their quarterback that didn't even prove anything at all.
No.
And here we have a quarterback who at least has a playoff win on his belt.
Right.
And in that playoff game, he beat a quarterback who's getting paid higher than the both of them. So
Okay.
it's like, yeah. So it's like, But I do blame Jerry a little bit because he does wait, just like DeMarcus Lawrence.
Right.
If he would have paid DeMarcus Lawrence early, then we could have got him for cheaper than what we had to give him. But he waited until Aaron McDonald and Khalil Mack got paid. It's like, damn,
And
Jerry.
these two are impeccable in their positions. Like, come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You had to know that, those two were definitely wanting to get top dollar. That's not even a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I went ahead and I did me some investigatory work.
Oh, all right.
And I asked a couple of Eagles fans, do they feel that Carson Wentz is paid what he deserves?
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of stunned when they said yes. A lot of them said, yeah, we willing to give him a shot. He watched Nick Foles win the Super Bowl, so he kind of knows what he has to do. And when he's not injured, he's a great player, yada, 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 on and on and on. They really back him. And they believe that he is owed $32 million a year.
Seriously?
They do.
I mean, but did they forget that he's always hurt?
But I said that. But this is what I said, and this was just me. I wasn't being a super Cowboys fan. I wasn't being an Eagles a hater. I was just talking from a regular general standpoint. And I said simply, and I had one person actually hang up on me. I said simply, I understand that you like Carson Wentz, and that's wonderful. Everybody's supposed to like their quarterback. But explain to me how, in the crunch time moments of the season, every time Carson Wentz gets hurt and Nick Foles has to take over. Every time.
Yeah.
It's not sometimes, it's not most times, it's every single time. Carson Wentz got hurt, Nick Foles had to come back and took him a long way. Next season, Carson Wentz gets hurt, Nick Foles comes in, and what they do? Win a Super Bowl. It's not Carson Wentz's team. Let's be 100% clear. That's not Carson Wentz's team. That's Nick Foles' team, and Carson Wentz is a feature on the track.
And now, what you're gonna do now? Because now the mindset is different. See,
Right.
before the Eagles could handle Carson getting hurt because Foles is there.
Right.
Now Foles isn't there. Now you got some random ass backup from nowhere. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And you've already the check done been cut. Okay,
Yeah.
and I told my friend this before. I said the Eagles have literally put themselves all of their eggs in the Wentz basket.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the shitty part about it is that you can't name me a time when the Wentz basket is paid off.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say that about Dak. We can say, yeah, we have 2 NFC titles. We do 3 out of 5 matchups. Dak has won. Dak has played every single game since being drafted. We can say all of those wonderful things. But when asking any Eagles fan, what's the one word they're going to bring up now? Super Bowl.
True.
But I told them, when I said that, I said, you can bring up the Super Bowl, but remember whose Super Bowl that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They literally, in Philadelphia, they literally have a shrine of Nick Foles, who no longer is even in the city.
Exactly.
What you should have done, and I'm going to stand by this, and I don't care. What they should have done is use Carson Wentz as some leverage for a trade and paid Nick Foles out the ass and kept the man. Listen, you could take Carson Wentz. He'll be a wonderful backup. Okay, he'll be a great backup. Listen, we'll even give you a little $5. Okay, a little gift card. Walmart, you can have that. You take Carson Wentz off our hands because the boy can't seem to be at the emergency room. So you take him. And we're going to, whatever we can get, we're going to pay Nick Foles because he knows how to win Super Bowls. And it wasn't like he won a Super Bowl against just anybody. He went against like the repeat offender.
Yep. And he was a drop pass away from probably going back.
Okay.
Let's just keep it real.
Let's be honest. So if you're asking me to choose between Nick Foles and Carson Wentz, I'm not paying Carson Wentz. I might give him a high five and a card with a little $20 in there. Thank you for playing. Appreciate you.
I mean, and this is what the Eagle fans aren't understanding either. We're not talking about Carson Wentz just injuring one part of his body.
No.
It seems like every part of his body seems to have some problems. And then after watching a specific TV show, I learned that he was also hurt in college. So this isn't something new.
Right.
This isn't something new. And in that year when they won, he hurt his ACL. Then last year, now they're saying he has back issues. So it's not just his knees, it's his back too. Come on, man. Eagle fans, y'all can't expect Carson Wentz to be good all year.
No.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Because his body's going to get banged up and bruised up. And guess what? As Cowboys fans, we know this story. We had Tony Romo. We know how this story ends. We know what happens when your quarterback gets injured a lot. We know how this happens. Tony Romo got injured in a preseason game.
Exactly. And I'm just talking about within the division, because each team in the division added pieces to their defense.
Right.
So let's just say the Giants' defensive line is a lot better than last year. Carson Wentz can get smacked by them or the Cowboys or the Redskins. So we're not even talking about just the whole season. We're just talking about those teams right there.
Right. Because I think DeMarcus Lawrence went on a little Twitter spree and was like, I can't wait to sack that ass. Now, let's be honest. We don't want any penalties because the NFL is making it very soft. However, I'm here for all of the sacking. I'm here for it. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, as a Cowboys fan, we know how this story ends. This is not a Cinderella story where at the end of the ball, at the end of the ball, he gets everything. No, especially if he has ACL issues. Trust you me, I'm sure the Philadelphia Eagles have paid the top doctors over at Temple University or Penn State to put him back together like, Mr. Potato Head. I'm sure they have. But let's be honest. If a regular Joe Schmo like me and you had an ACL injury, we would probably never be who we once were.
Exactly.
And he is not Superman, okay? He is not Wonder Dog. He is not the Unbreakable Man. He's not Luke Cage. He, Humpty Dumpty, put him back together again. He will,
Exactly.
listen, my mother always said, when a mirror is cracked and you try to put it back together, you can't undo the crack. The
Nope.
crack is still there.
Nope.
And sadly enough, you're going to have people on defenses, and I'm not just talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about the Giants. I'm talking about the Redskins and all the other two teams who are going to exploit the fact that you had an ACL issue. Oh, you got knee problems, baby? No worries. Let me come for the kneecaps.
Exactly. And honestly, I just don't see him playing a whole season. Now,
No, I don't either.
Now, if he does, hey, that's kudos for them. But
Right.
but me personally, I just don't see it. I mean, you went from a knee problem to a back issue. What's
Right.
next? Your
Right.
clavicle, your elbow, your finger, like what?
He
You know
has
what I'm saying?
his
Like
contact
something
then
else is
came
gonna
out.
break.
Contact came out. He can't work. Contact issues. Gotta go. Gotta go home.
But when it comes to Dak Prescott, Rain Dakota Prescott.
Okay. Rain
Dakota Prescott, I'm sorry, but you are going to have to take a team-friendly discount. I'm sorry. I know it sucks, but you're going to have to if you want to keep winning. I'm not talking about just winning this year. I'm talking about next season, the season after that, maybe the season after that.
Right.
If you want to have a future. And let's not forget, like I said earlier, you're the type of quarterback that needs pieces around you. You need a good defense just in case you can't put no points up. You need that defense. And we pretty much proved that last year because before we got Cooper, we couldn't put up 15 fucking points.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's definitely going to take a discount. But you know what? As a person, like I always think of things on like an emotional level.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel if, because you know Dak and Zeke, they're like brothers. They're like best bros.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel if my best friend basically went to our boss and was just like, well, "Fuck him. I need to get paid. He could take $10. I'm gonna take $20. But screw him." I don't know how I would feel about that. I would be like, "Yo, you couldn't meet halfway. You take 15, I take 15, and we both walk away with 15." Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how?
No, I feel. I mean, the smart thing, like if we really wanted to just cancel this whole contract talk out, Dak and Zeke should both go up there and say, "Yo, give me this, give him that, keep building the rest of the team like y'all been saying, and we could have a fucking dynasty. We could have a future." But the problem is that's not what these players are about today. Everybody's about my duffel bag and my duffel bag only.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sorry, but we gotta keep that defense. Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith have to grow old on this fucking team.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I want Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith to be in their jazzy chairs trying to make stops. That's what I want. When I mean grow old, I mean I want decrepit. I want the IV and the oxygen tank to be trailing behind them on the field. That's all I want.
And we got to keep that secondary. I'm sorry. We haven't had a top 5 defense in a long time, and I'm not willing to sacrifice that shit on just paying Zeke and Dak. A lot of Cowboy fans just like, yo, give Zeke whatever he wants, give Dak whatever he wants. No,
don't work like that.
From a business standpoint, it does not work like that. You cannot do that. And let's not forget, you still got to pay Cooper.
Right.
You have to pay him. So somebody is either going to have to take a serious ass discount or not get paid at all. And if I had to put my money on it, it would have to be Zeke. But honestly, what I think Jerry is going to watch Dak one more time. And if Dak still looks good, but we still don't win the important game, he's going to franchise tag him. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he knows he still has that. I could franchise him if he still looks good, but not to the point where we're actually winning playoff games.
Yeah, Jerry got the draw 4 card in his pocket. And he's ready to put that down whenever he needs to.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just think about this. Jerry's been throwing subs at Garrett this whole time. He's like, look, winning these little NFC East titles, that's cute.
Right.
But it's time to win the big games now.
And it
As
is. It's past time. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's past time.
yeah, yeah. Like Dak, you got to take a discount, bro. I'm sorry, you got to take a discount. You have to look. If all you care about is your money, then do what you got to do.
Right.
But if you want to be remembered as that Cowboy quarterback that brought this team 2 rings, 3 rings, 4 rings, or whatever, take the discount so we could keep building around you. That way we
Right.
can keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah. He's definitely going to have to make some real life decisions. Unfortunately, it's asking it's almost like a mind fuck. Like,
Yeah,
am I worth it? Are you telling me I'm not worth it? Are you saying
exactly.
that I don't deserve it? It's like, okay, it's truthfully, I don't like this part of the NFL. I don't. I
Yeah,
never have, because
I feel you.
it's like, okay, I get it. You know that you're worth this amount of money. I don't like playing with people's money because see, people start showing their ass when you do. Like, I'm not going to badmouth my boo stink, but Des Bryant,
Yeah,
he showed his entire
ass.
ass,
Mm-hmm.
crack, cheeks, whole ass, showed the whole thing off after he got paid that massive deal that, in my opinion, I love him, but he was not producing
Oh
to get that. I'm sorry.
no. That contract that Dez got, no, he definitely earned that. It's just everything leading up to him getting signed caused everything else
I think it
because
was
he
after he got the contract that he stopped earning his dollar.
no. It was right before because if you remember, he didn't perform in none of the OTAs or camp until he got paid, right?
Of course not.
He came back too late, and then on the very first game of that year, he got hurt. Why? Because he wasn't ready.
Right.
Because you chose to sit out until you got paid. So when the season started, he broke his foot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you wasn't ready, and everything went downhill from there.
Yeah.
But back to that, it's kind of like he comes home from school and he shows us his report card, right?
Right.
And it's like he wants his parent to give him a gift as if he got the honor roll. It's like, Dak, it's not all straight A's here. Like, yeah,
Right.
there's some A's, there's some B's, but then you got 2 C's here.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But he's talking as if he came home with a straight A. Like,
Right.
oh, this
Right.
boom. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And that's not the case. It's like you deserve a reward for your good report card, but it's not the best.
Right. You deserve to be rewarded for the good things that you have done. You don't deserve to be
Yeah,
rewarded for being average.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
But you
And
can't tell nobody that.
no,
In their mind, their average is their best. And I have learned that about people. Sometimes people realize that their average in our eyes, their average in their eyes is the best that they could do.
yeah,
And I think that he goes into meetings with that conversation. I know he has to be, he's not stupid. Let's be honest. He's not dumb in any way. He has to understand that his report card is not straight A's. I'm sure
yeah,
he sees a C floating around there, a couple of
yeah.
C's, and
Mm-hmm.
a B plus, an A minus. I'm sure he sees that. But you know what he's going to say? It's the best that I could do under the circumstances. It's all that I could do. I didn't have a good wide receiver to throw to until you got me Amari Cooper. I didn't have this until you did this. So this isn't all on me. It's not predicated all on me. You had to do something to help me, and you waited too long. Or you know what I'm saying? He'll
Yeah,
come up with some sort of justification for why he is owed the 32, 33, $30 million. And guess what? Jerry's going to have to be that stuck, stern, hard parent and say, no, you were able to do something great because you see these A's, you're able to do something great. Why in this particular form you weren't able to strive, to get some greatness in you? And that's going to be an internal light that he's going to have to look at and say, well, maybe it was me. But that'll happen after Jerry and Steven have to be on one accord and have to be like, listen, we know that you're great. We know that you have the talent. We know that you have the weapon. We know that we have literally given you the golden egg. You have it. You have the golden ticket, Charlie. You have it.
Yeah.
But having it means you have to work and earn it and keep it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, like, my father has a famous quote when it comes down to contract talk, and it's called "Show them the tape." So
Yeah, I'm
when
a
you
firm
come to
believer
me
of
with this,
examples.
oh, I deserve this. Show them the tape. Okay,
I'm here for that.
This is where you look like crap right here. Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zeke, remember the 4th and 1 in that Rams playoff game, and
Yep.
Adamika Sue spins you around? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Show them the tape.
I'm
And
a
honestly,
big fan of that.
yeah, and honestly, if I'm Jerry, I'm gonna be like, hopefully y'all have nothing to do today, because I'm about to show you week 1 to week 9. Then I'm gonna show you week 9 to week 16. Now
Right.
look how you. Now look, we couldn't even put up 15 points from week 1 to week 8.
Right.
Then I took the initiative,
Right.
and spoke to the Oakland and got Amari in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, we putting up 30 here, 20. Oh, okay. So it's my doing the reason why you look like this here.
Right.
So don't sit up here and tell me that you a $33 million quarterback.
Because if I hadn't have brought Amari in here,
Exactly.
we would still be doing the field goals and the little 1-2 touchdown pour. I get you. But see, in that situation, I would say, if it were me, I would say, if you see what I did for you and you see what Amari did for you, what makes you think that you deserve Amari's money? Because that's his money. He earned that shit. He the one out there catching it. He the one out there running and shucking and jiving. That's him.
Yeah.
Okay, 97-yard touchdowns. That wasn't you. You did about 3 yards of that. That's all him. So why do you feel like you are deserving of his money? I bought him in. So I should get paid. Okay? Cut me a check. Steven, where's my check?
Like I said, Dak Prescott has definitely earned money. But but what he's asking for, I'm sorry, dog. But because of the market and because of the way this is all structured, we may have to bite that bullet.
You're gonna have to.
What he wants. And what I'm saying is that I give you this money, and if you end your Cowboys stint with no Super Bowl rings, I'm liable to choke the shit out you, bro.
Very much so. Okay.
You know, that's all I'm saying.
No, I'm here for that because,
I mean,
listen, I'm the type of person where I will give you enough rope to hang yourself, and I think Jerry has given him the rope. And if you get paid in the range that you want to, and don't get me wrong, like I said before, that's not your average quarterback. You talking Ben Roethlisberger money. You talking Aaron Rodgers money. Don't get me wrong. Now, did Aaron Rodgers produce last year like we know him to do? No, but he had some internal shit going on. I perform at 50% when I don't like my boss. Shit. Okay, I perform at 30% when I don't like my boss. So was he playing the football we know Aaron Rodgers to do? No, not even close. But if we take that bad season out and look at his track record, yeah, he's earned his 33.5. So I'm sure I put this on my child. Jerry will give him somewhere in that range. He's backed into a corner. He doesn't have much of a choice. Yeah, and what, you gonna fight your way out of that?
I'm telling you, this Eagles shit backed him into a corner. It's like, damn, how can I tell Dak no when he has a playoff win and Carson Wentz doesn't have a playoff medal. He's never started in a playoff game. He's never played a playoff game.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like, how do I tell Dak no? And then now, this is not our team, but I'm pretty sure the Rams is feeling the same way. They're like, damn, like Jared Goff done played in the Super Bowl. How am I going to tell him he can't get paid?
I bet you the headline will read that Jared Goff makes more money than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I promise you. I give it a couple of weeks, and you will see Rams signed Jared Goff to 4-year deal, making 100 and blah 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 million.
Yeah.
Averages out to about 37 a year.
Well, yeah.
I bet you money. I bet money on it. Why? Because we can say he went to the bowl. Like, yeah. He's we like 37. We love 37 million. Why? Because we know that if we keep who we have and reinforce this talent, we'll be back. We'll be back to the Super Bowl. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
But when you have Carson Wentz and Dak, I want to lump them together at this point. When you have Carson Wentz and Dak, who collectively neither team has made it to the Super Bowl. Collectively, I mean, together as quarterbacks, the Eagles did make it to the Super Bowl and they won. I'm talking about quarterbacks only. Carson Wentz didn't take them to the Super Bowl. Dak has never taken us to the Super Bowl. I'm not sure that either one of them truly deserves to be in that $30 million area. And if we're gonna break the quarterbacks up into tiers, tier 1 is your highest paid. Tier 2 are your Russell Wilsons and your Matt Ryans and your Kirk Cousins and your Garoppolos. That's tier 2. Tier 3 is where your Dak Prescott and your Carson Wentz live. They live in that tier 3. Tier 4, I might even throw Cam Newton in tier 3. Let's be honest. He can go up there. But your tier 4 quarterbacks, those are quarterbacks where you be happy if I give you a high five and eye contact. Yeah, they don't live there. They don't live in tier 4. They don't live in tier 2.
It all started, man, when Matthew Stafford's contract got restructured. Derek Carr. It all started there because it's like, wait a minute, these dudes just got what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and their guaranteed money, like the guaranteed money is the issue. It's not so much the base, like it's the guaranteed money. So how the hell am I gonna tell Dak, yo, can you take 65 mil? No.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Derek Carr got 100. Matthew Stafford got 90 something. Yeah. Carson Wentz got 107.
Carson Wentz got 107. And he's walking. He literally is in a body cast walking to TD Bank. I don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like,
so, sadly enough, Jerry Jones and Steven Jones, they have nobody puts baby in a corner. But baby's in a corner at this point, and they don't have any real choice until Jerry Jones has 2 options: either pay the man or throw your jaw 4 out. He really doesn't have many choices, and
he doesn't have to do the franchise tag until after next year because that. Oh, and that's another thing too. I think Jerry Jones ain't like he's not worried because he know all these dudes are still under contract. He like, yo, technically we don't have to have this conversation
until next year.
Yeah, like. Just because the Eagles chose to do this now, I do.
I'm my own person.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what I think, Jerry. You can either develop a bad mood and not pay them right now and wait until the contract is actually over, or you could jump off the bridge and fucking pay this dude, man. Look, Dak, I'm sorry, bro. You got to. And Dak, you got endorsements, bro. Like, you acting like you broke. You ain't broke. You got endorsements all over the place, man. So stop acting like this contract.
He sure did take the Oikos commercial out of Oikos,
Campbell, Pepsi, all that shit, man. Come on, man. Like, stop acting like this football money is the only money you got right now. Nah, dog. You got endorsements, man. I'm telling you, bro, I'm a 9-to-5 dude. I ain't never going to see this money that we talk. I ain't never going to see the lowest paid contracts cash. I ain't never going to see the money that the Dolphins is about to give Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm not even going to see that money.
Okay.
Like, come on, dog. Like, you can't live off 28. Seriously? You can't live off that?
He can. That's the sad part is that he can. He chooses not to.
Yeah, he chooses not to.
Sad.
Man. He got to take a discount. Zeke, if you want to stay a Cowboy, you got to take a discount. I'm not saying that y'all don't deserve contracts. You do, but this is my business, and I got to think about the future of my business when y'all gone, because there will be a point in time where y'all get old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There will be that point. I got to make sure I got a defense. I got to make sure my fucking tight end is good. I got to make sure the wide receivers is good. I got to make sure we got field goal kickers. How the hell am I supposed to do that if I'm about to give
all
all
of
of the
my money to
salary
you.
cap to
Yeah.
Zeke and Dak?
Yeah. That
It
means
ain't gonna
nobody else
work.
gets paid. Yeah. And that's
And
that's some
yeah,
shitty shit right there.
and like I've been saying, it's been 12 seasons since we had a defense. We've been mediocre or trash on defense for 12 seasons.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
and we finally got something that looks scary. And we're gonna have to pay some of them too. I'm
Shit,
sorry.
yeah.
I can't give the whole duffel bag to Dak and Zeke. I
No,
can't.
yeah, no, not at
And
all.
everybody's like, oh no, but Zeke's got the Russian titles. Yeah. We don't advance to the next round because Zeke got Russian titles.
Period.
That don't do shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
completely agree.
That is an individual stat. That's an individual stat. That looks good on Zeke when he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame. That looks good with him. You know what I'm saying? But that does nothing for the
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. It's time for us to get Super Bowl rings, and I think we have the team to do it. But I'm gonna need the quarterback and the running back to go, yo. It's about the star. Because no man is bigger than the star.
Right. I completely agree. I think that they need to have some sort of like come to Jesus moment and say, listen, it is what it is.
Come to Jesus moment.
Come to Jesus. Come on, everybody gather hands and let's pray on this thing. Let's come to Jesus and just talk. I think that if they have a serious conversation, if the word Super Bowl was included in this conversation here about money, there would be no problems.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not even close into the conversation. We're talking about future Super Bowls. We ain't talking about current Super Bowls or nothing. Look, we're talking about future Super Bowls.
Exactly.
And that right there takes money off you.
Yeah, because they're going to be on the team this year. So we could win it this year. But I'm talking about next year. I'm talking about the year after that. The way we talk about the Patriots, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about, oh, damn, the Cowboys is back again. Oh, damn, the Cowboys done did it again. Oh,
I
shit,
want
Cowboys
you know what the
again?
conversation I want is? I want the conversation that people have about the Patriots. And what's the one thing they say about the Patriots? I'm tired of seeing them in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
I'm tired of seeing them in the Super Bowl. Why? Because that right there, like we said in our last podcast, that is run like the military. They're going to continue to be in the Super Bowl because you have players like your Tom Brady who says, yes, I'll take 17 million. Yeah. I could live off of 17 million. Why? Because my lights are still on, my car's still paid for, my house is all mine, my groceries, I got groceries in the fridge, clothes on my back, heat on my ass. I don't mind taking 17 million. Why? Because every single time y'all turn around and it's Super Bowl season, guess who's got a one-way ticket there?
Patriots.
The Patriots do. Yeah. And that's what I want for my team. But that requires a lot of humility and a lot of stepping back from other big contract. It takes that. It takes that. And unfortunately, if you have 2, 3, 4 players who aren't willing to take the step back, you're not going to have those same 2, 3, 4 players come that following season. Now, like you said, the contracts aren't due until the end of this coming season. Now, if they win us a Super Bowl, and I mean an old nasty Super Bowl, not where it's like tight, where the score is like 15-17. I mean old nasty Super Bowl where it's like 7 to where it's 7-45. There was no way they could ever come back. Our defense and our offense showed out and showed off. Word. Yeah, we could have that conversation, baby. Yeah, I'll find the money. If I was Jerry Jones and that's what happens, and we get to the Super Bowl and we win and it's 47-45 to 3.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'll find the money. Jerry Jones, I bet you return that boat.
All I'm saying is, hey, Dak, can we win first? Can we win first?
Like, damn, are you scared to win? Like, what's the tea? What's going
on? Can we win first before we talk about money? Zeke, can we win first? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I completely agree.
And they're not thinking about it from the business side. They're like, you got to remember, this is Jerry Jones's team. He has to be smart on how he gives out the money.
But this isn't also the first time Jerry Jones has probably had to deal with this. Jerry Jones is not new to having to say, no, boo-boo, you gonna get 15, 20, 25. You know, no, this isn't the first time that he has to negotiate. He is a master negotiator. What I think, what they say, he bought the team for like $15 because the boy negotiated it down. So
I
I got a
mean,
million, and he got me 15. Like, I mean, I'm just exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying? He's a
and
master negotiator.
that's another thing that I hear and like comments where people go, well, he paid Romo and Romo didn't, actually
Yeah.
earn all that money. So how come Dak ain't getting paid? I'm like, yeah, but so you asking him to make the same mistake twice?
Right. You want
You
him
know
to
what I'm
pay
saying?
somebody who ain't paying out yet twice. Jerry Jones said, listen, child, I done bought me this good boat. I need to finance my boat. I got to make sure these payments is due. I can't afford to pay everybody.
And don't think Jerry ain't thinking about all this shit at home. He's
oh
like, look
yeah.
here. He's like, look here, man. I didn't did this for this person. I
Yep.
got no Super Bowls out of it. I did this for this person. Oh, and my last point. Prescott, if you take a discount, your future, and I'm talking about life after Dallas.
Yeah.
You will be Dallas royalty because you will forever be that quarterback that brought us a Super Bowl. Look at Roger Staubach. He's at every game
Yep.
he's at every game chilling. Mink on, shades on, like, I'm Staubach, Nick. Like,
Troy
you know
Aikman.
what I'm saying? Yeah, Troy Aikman. Well, even though Troy Aikman try to act like he ain't no cowboy, but yeah, you know what I'm
He
saying?
tried
Like,
to act like he ain't no cowboy till he be sitting up there on ESPN flashing them rings off.
yeah, exactly. But the future, Zeke, Cooper, Witten, Dak, it don't matter.
Right.
If you bring this town a Super Bowl, you will be treated like royalty forever. If you want to open up a bar, if you want to open up a store, Dallas gonna be like, hell yeah, you could.
Let me tell you something.
You
As
Dak Prescott.
a person who lives in Dallas, I'm gonna tell you right now, as a person who lives in Dallas, if they bought a Super Bowl here, everybody from the city of Dallas will put in $5 for the "oh no you didn't" fund. Okay,
Exactly.
I'll pledge $100 to the "oh no you didn't bring a Super Bowl back here" fund. I promise you I will. And the city of Dallas will be. Look how they did Dirk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Dirk can go into any place. There is no place in Dallas that Dirk can't go.
Dirk Nowitzki could get pulled over for public intoxication, and the cop be like, "Oh, never mind, that's Dirk. Never mind."
Dirk
All right, dog.
let me tell you something. Dirk could shoot somebody, and they would blame the person for being in the way of the gun. What you doing standing in front of Dirk's gun? Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Dirk, and that's what I want from my team, my quarterback, my running back, my wide receiver, my tight end. I want them to feel like the city. I know they do. I know that they feel like the city loves them because we do. As like I said, as a person who lives in Dallas, it means so much to me to drive down the freeway and see a billboard with Dak on it, or with Zeke on it, or with
even Deion Sanders is royalty. And
baby, Deion
he
Sanders
wasn't even
is
a
the
Cowboy
prince.
his whole time.
Deion Sanders is the king, is the prince of Dallas. He, like I said, he can walk into the mayor's office, tell the mayor to stand up and go sit in the corner and let me sit at your desk because I get better reception over here. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. All I'm saying is, Dak, we not just talking about now. We talking about the future.
Longevity.
If you bring Dallas a ring or two, bro, your future is set for life.
Yeah.
If you can't do nothing anywhere else, you could do it in Dallas.
And let me tell you something. And back to your point about the royalty thing. Look how Jerry Jones treated Tony Romo. Tony Romo is royalty here in Dallas. Look how he treated him to the point where Tony Romo named his last child Jones.
Yeah.
Where do you think he got that name from? He sure she didn't pull that out the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But do some soul searching. He's gonna have come Jesus moment. He got to light some incense and really pray on this one because I don't. Like I said, the last time I checked, they said
light incense.
something. Because the last time I checked, they said that Dak and Jerry Jones's camp, they were just way too far off, and they.
And if you notice, that article came out right after Carson Wentz's thing.
Oh,
Right
absolutely.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Right afterwards. Like as soon as it said Carson Wentz gets paid, maybe 45 minutes later, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are far apart in contract talk. Well, duh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. But, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts into this, and I'm hoping that it all pans out and we get to keep everybody and pay everybody what they're owed. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Dak Prescott, I know you want money. Everybody on this planet wants money. You definitely earned something, but look, you cannot take top dollar, bro. You cannot do it because we got other players to pay in the future.
Right.
And if you want a chance at being a Super Bowl contending quarterback for years to come, you gotta bite that bullet. All right.
Definitely.
Now look, I'm not saying that you don't deserve it because you definitely. I ain't gonna say you played your ass off, but you played one ass cheek off. One ass cheek
half
off.
ass.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can't. I don't. It's hard because you don't want to see somebody not get paid or tell somebody no, but it's
Right.
like I gotta think about the future too. But then at the same time, it's like but that person's future ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. Like,
I'm happy to not be in that position.
Yeah.
I'm happy to not have to do all of that negotiations and stuff like that, because you're going to walk away from that conversation either extremely happy or extremely pissed off. There's no real conversation. There's no real way to go into this conversation and be like, okay, well, this is what I say and this is what I say. Okay, well, let's put your number and my number together and split it down the middle. That's not how negotiations work. It's always a give and take, and the person who has the bigger pockets always has the bigger. The person who has the bigger pockets always has the bigger say.
Exactly. But,
so Dak is coming in there with a number as humbly as he can, and Jerry and Steven are coming in there with a number as forcefully as they can. And it's the person who has the most to lose and the most to gain who usually ends up walking away from that contract talk with what they want. If they could have, like I said, a little come to Jesus moment and meet in the middle and have a real true dialogue and meet in the middle with that, everybody could walk away from that conversation happy. And that's just not included Dak and Jerry and Steven. That's Dak, that's Amari, that's Zeke, that's Jerry, that's everybody who clearly it's time to get paid. Payday is coming and it's here. And, let's just hope that everybody is thinking about longevity and not thinking about themselves.
If you want to win, you know what you got to do, and I'm talking to all the Cowboy players. I'm talking to football players in general. If you want to win, you know what you got to do, because it seems like with this sport, it's like you got a choice to make. Either you take all the money and be ass, or you take some of the money and you win.
Right.
That's it. But I'm gonna end this one with Dak. I know you looking out for yours, and I'm looking out for mine. But if you keep fucking up, anybody could be a quarterback behind that line.
Oh, shit. Bye, everybody. Next week, we will be talking about the draft class. We drafted some really good people, and a lot of controversy behind how many running backs we drafted. But yeah, we'll get into that next week. See ya.
Peace.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!